Today we're going to talk about things that people get tripped up on a lot. It's a really good way to lose money when you're buying a house. So I've done this video before, but I think I need to do it like every quarter because I know a lot of people don't watch my back catalog, but I do have a video called Lies People Tell Me, and I think I'm drinking wine in it. That could have been a couple years ago. I'm not sure. Okay, so here's a couple things that you guys have to understand when you're getting a mortgage, okay? So when you're getting a mortgage, I am your best friend. I am also a detective. Yeah, okay, so what does that mean? So the application that you fill out when you're getting a mortgage, it is key that everything on that application is, number one, accurate, and number two, it's the same by the end of the transaction. And when you sign your final loan docs, it's also going to be saying, hey, if you have any information that something on this application is going to be changing within the next XYZ days, please tell us now, okay? As a lender, when we sell a mortgage, well, whether we're selling it to Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, Ginnie Mae, even keeping it in-house, whatever we're doing, what the application starts as, what the application finishes as, it needs to be accurate. And here's what you guys need to know. We verify that throughout the process. Yeah, so I'm gonna verify your employment up front. I'm also gonna verify your employment right before the wire goes out, okay? Closing day. That's on closing day. We are verifying that your employment is still active, okay? So if you guys are gonna be quitting jobs, changing jobs, retiring, you need to tell us upfront. If you know you're gonna be changing jobs within 30 days and your offer just got accepted, you need to tell me. Hoping that you're gonna close before that happens is a terrible idea. I have seen this happen more than I would like, where we're at the finish line, docs are being drawn, and we verify the employment, and it's like, oh, Bob was terminated a week ago. And we're like, what? Why did no one tell us? So then we call Bob. Bob, dude, like your loan is toast right now. Do you have a new job? Like what's happening? And luckily most of the time they have a new job. So then it's just, we have to re-verify that. We have to re-underwrite it. It adds more time, but sometimes they don't. Or, I actually had a gal once who quit her job because she wanted to not be bothered while she was settling into her new house. True story. And this happens a lot with retirement as well, because people are like, well, I had the job when I applied, like I'm retiring, but who cares? Well, if you're retiring and I go to verify employment and they say, oh, he retired, isn't that great? I'm toast. Now I've got to go off of your retirement income. And in a lot of cases with retirement, you're full of everything you're going to get isn't all put together the day you leave. So it's really important that you guys know we verify employment at the beginning and the end of the transaction. Okay. Now, another thing that I see people trip on is if you are self-employed. Okay. So since COVID happened and continues to happen and seems to never end, seriously, like guys, can we get out of this Groundhog's Day? Like, this is where we're at. I'm eating fruit. Anyways. Okay. So you're self-employed. COVID guidelines for self-employment, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac have been intensive, right? We're getting 2 years of taxes. We're getting your profit and loss updated monthly and your most recent bank statements that match that profit and loss. So if I pre-approve you, let's say in March, based on the profit and loss from January through March and your prior tax returns, and then we get here to September, and I'm like, oh great, I need your updated profit and loss, and you drag your feet, you're already in contract, you drag your feet, so I'm 10 days in, and I'm like, I really need that profit and loss, like guys, we're not gonna close on time, and then your business took a dump, right? Like it went down, and the profit and loss is much lower, you don't qualify. The pre-approval that I did before, even if it was a month before, if your profit and loss dips, it can affect your ability to qualify. And you may go, oh, well, they have the prior year's tax returns. All businesses ebb and flow. True. But that guideline, man, it's a killer right now on self-employed. So if you guys are looking at buying a house, if you're self-employed, if you're pre-approved and we're looking at your profit and loss, if your business dips lower than that profit and loss at any period, you need to tell us immediately. Immediately. Do not risk getting your loan declined. Okay? And some ways this could happen is, let's say, and this hasn't happened to me, this happened to another lender, and it's not because the other lender's bad, it's just I've been lucky. Oh God. Sorry, I'm really trying to entertain myself at this point. Anyways, but let's say that, you get into contract in September, cool, we've got your profit and loss for August, you're closing in October 15th, so my underwriter says, hey, we need the profit and loss for September, and then all of a sudden you made like $12 in September. Well, guess what? That just affected my average for the year. So even though I've got those prior tax returns, I'm gonna look at that and go, wait, my average is lower. What's my debt to income now? You may not qualify. So it's super critical that you guys are really paying attention to this stuff and understanding that as much as you're paying attention to it, we have back-end systems and underwriters that ultimately will be paying more attention. Nothing ever gets by. It doesn't. Like, you might get to the end, it still could blow up in your face. It's horrible. It's horrible. We don't want that to happen. Okay, let's see what else. Buying stuff while you're in contract. Just please don't spend your money in your bank account either. Like I tell everyone, I don't care how rich you are, rice and beans while you're in contract. Even if you're a millionaire, please don't go buy a Tesla or some other sort of car while you're in contract, because throughout the process, our systems are also monitoring if there's any hits to your credit. And once again, guess when all that comes up? The very end. It's always the very end. So if you guys, once upon a time, I had a gal and she stopped making her payments. It was a long escrow. It was a 60-day escrow. So at the beginning, like, she's fine. We get to the end and we get this notification where it's like multiple lates. So then we have to look at a new credit score. The credit score is now below what it needs to be in order to qualify. We're dead. We're dead in the water. No words. And I think the issue is that a lot of people assume that once you're pre-approved or if you get a conditional loan approval that you're bulletproof. You're not. Until you are clear to close and until you have the keys in your hand, you are vulnerable to anything that you do. So if you go, oh, well, I got clear to close, I'm gonna go buy that car. No, I got clear to close, I'm gonna quit my job. No, you're not. I got clear to close, I'm gonna go open up 4 credit cards for furniture. What's the answer, guys? We know what the answer is. No, you do nothing. You do nothing, you change nothing until you get those keys. And I know I've seemed like a psychopath, but I had this happen recently where I was like, and luckily it got caught before the borrower lost their earnest money. But to me, it was super frustrating because it's like, I don't like being lied to. There's no reason. There's just no reason. There's just guys, just be honest. Just don't change stuff during the transaction. Keep it clean. If you apply that you have this many dollars in your bank account, guess what? You better keep that money in there or have more. It's not time to go put it all in crypto and hope you can double your money. I do love crypto, but that's not what you do during the transaction. I'm gonna call this video a scolding by Jennifer Beeston. Just keep it clean. If you keep it clean, you'll have no drama. If you are trying to do anything different or, whenever there's a shade of gray, it never turns out well. And I say that a lot in my videos. I say, don't lie to me, tell us the truth. And a lot of people assume it's because it's about me, right? But it's really not. I mean, if you guys watch my videos, I really care about people. Am I used to getting lied to? Yeah, of course. I mean, seriously, people lie all the time. People lie about stupid things. It's like you could see someone on the street, they could be like, oh, I love your shoes. They hate my shoes. They hate them, but they're lying. It's okay. I get it. But the reason why lying during a mortgage transaction is so deadly is that it costs you guys money. Because here's the thing. So if you're in contract and you're lying to me and we find out, do I lose a paycheck? Sure. Is that going to kill me? No. Do you potentially lose the money that you've put on deposit with the seller? Yes. Could that affect you negatively? Could that be your life savings? Yes. Do I want that to happen to you? No, I don't. I don't want anyone to lose money. You know what? Even if you're a wretch and all you do is lie to me, I still don't want you to lose money. Wow. I may need to change that theory. If you're a wretch and you lie to me constantly, maybe you should lose money. We'll dial back on that. For anyone who's watched this far, weigh in. Do you think that if people lie throughout the transaction, they should be able to get their earnest money back, or do you think they should lose it? I don't know. Weigh in. Bottom line.